Hey, Barry, Chris Steele again. And in the spirit again of leadership, one of the metaphors I like to use for people that are in elected capacities is it's like a chess game. You know, so you always got to think a few moves ahead. So as you consider strategically the chess game of the job of the controller, what are some of the things that are in your future that you know you're going to face that you have that you're considering, and maybe you haven't developed a plan on how you're going to overcome these obstacles, these problems. But what are some of the perspectives you got around things that you're going to be challenged with as you take office, and how are you going to overcome them? Maybe just a couple ideas.
Ultimately, one of the first things I see is being able to discuss with both sides of the aisle, with Republicans and Democrats. Much of the information I would be giving to them, being assembling for their use and everything, is going to be used by both parties. I have to be considerate of that. I have to be considerate of the fact that I also, as a CPA, have my professional standards that I have to go to make sure that it is truly unbiased, the information I'm putting. My leadership would be trying to assemble the different parties together to understand why we should do one thing over another. And like I was saying about the budget, being able to introduce or work with people to introduce legislation so that rather than, as they were saying before, taking a look at what we spent last year and using it as a base before we start working on next year's budget, let's take a look at the various areas, see where there's waste, see what's going on, see what our expected revenues are going to be, and then allow, being able to give that to the different agencies and different functions of government. Trying to convince people of that. Most people, I think, understand that, Republican or Democrat, they have their own wallets they have, and for most people, they tend to be responsible as individuals. But for some reason, many times people get into government thinking that they can just raise taxes. They don't. It's not like if I'm running a shoe store, I have to try to improve my sales, and I have to convince my customers to buy it. You can raise taxes. It's just, for some reason, I don't see that as a customer sale. And you don't want to raise taxes. You want to be able to control expenses, show them being good stewards of the monies that the people are already paying.
Don Woodbright. Yes, sir, Mr. Hurt. You certainly do appear to be qualified for this position. I take it this is the first time you've ran for a political office?
Yes, it is.
And just for the listening audience, if you could kind of give us an idea of what kind of pitfalls you've run into as far as running this campaign, and how do you see yourself winning this? Thank you.
Pitfalls of my campaign is, of course, like I said, I am new to the process. I am learning as I go along on many of the aspects of it. As far as the organizational standpoint, it's like starting a new business. I'm doing things, I'm organizing people together without the benefit of having last year's sales or last year's expenses. I'm learning as I go along. That's perhaps one of the biggest pitfalls. Of course, the type of system that we have, it's of course raising money and everything, and that's always a challenge for any candidate, Democrat, Republican, or Independent. And that's a challenge I'm having also. I'm not used to going up to people and saying, give me a couple bucks. Well, maybe family, but much beyond that, no, not really. And I'm sorry, second part.
How do you see yourself winning this campaign?
I see myself winning it really by hard work. Trying to get out there. For me, it's going to be somewhat of a grassroots effort. Trying to meet with different organizations, through churches, synagogues, and that type of thing. Just getting out, getting people to know my face, getting people to know my name. I know I have my family praying for me and all that, and just going from there.